Hello everyone. This class is about technical operation specification of agricultural drone. There will be several parts including aerial spraying feature, pesticide selection, weather requirement, operation parameters, resistance prevention, and working environment. Um, We know that for successful spraying is related to several different factors like the pesticides, like the environment, like the temperatures, and like the resistance. And we will introduce on one by one. The first, let's see the aerial spraying feature. In the basic spraying feature, most plant protections drones are capable of spraying at low capacity. For example, most of the pesticides chemicals, the water is needed for acre 0.1 liters to 0.33 liters, and the dilution ratio is to 20 to 100 times. Usually, the droplet of the pesticide is 100 to 250 and 50 micrometers, and the distance from the aircraft to the crowd is usually 1.5 and 2.5 meters. Um, and there is for also, and there are advantage and disadvantage of the aerial spraying. And we should know about this. We can try to improve the efficacy on the spraying with agricultural drone. For advantage, usually the aircraft will not be restricted by the terrain. No matters. Usually the aircraft will not be restricted for the retain. No matter the terrain is crop or the terrain is mountainous, we can use aircraft to spray. And also, since there is isolation from the aircraft and the human being, it is safe to use to remote control to control the aircraft to spray. And for the disadvantage, there may bring drift to the crops, and there may bring evaporation to the crop if the temperature is so higher. The part two is pesticide selections. In this part, for the pesticides, we should know that the aircraft drone has a small pump precision capacity, so we can use the water-based pesticides and we can't use the power-based pesticide, and this will affect the longevity of the aircraft if we use power base. Um, Also, we should use low toxicity pesticides like blue labels. And if we use high toxicity pesticides, it may bring harmful to our body if we have the pesticides. Um, on the water requirement, we know when we spray the pesticide outside the aircraft, the environment is sometimes change like the wind change, like the temperature change. And for wind, we should know that the wind speed affect the drift. In wind speed is 0.45 the wind speed and 2.23 wind speed in meters per seconds. It is a 100 micrometer droplet size with wind speed is 0.45 is the drip distance with the 100 the droplet is 4.7 uh, 4.7, and if the droplet size is 400 micrometers, if the drip will be 0.9 meters. And more stronger wind speed, the drift distance will be higher. So when we spray the pesticides in the aircraft, we must notice the local wind speed and wind direction, and we should ensure that the operation spraying should be under gentle bursts 3.4 2 and 5.4 meters per second, and we use the herbicides to spray. The wind should be under light breeze 1.6 to 3.3 meters per second. And also, in the wind is from this way to the right. And here is the operation zone which is crop, and we should leave some quarantine area. We mark in a blue area. This is a quarantine area, the blue area, and this is the crop area. In wind is strong, and this blue quarantine area should be larger. We should stop spraying the part and when the wind is lower or gone, then when spray this part. And also, the temperature affect the efficacy of the spraying pesticides. If temperature is too low, the effect will be worse, and if the temperature is higher, it may be bring the evaporation of the pesticide. So the temperatures we suggest working in 15 to 30 degrees. Another factor is the humidity, also affect the spraying effect. We have done surveying about the humidity is one place is Lanzhou, China, and his time is the morning 8 a.m. and in the 15 p.m. and in the 12 p.m. is evening. 24 is the evening. The humidity change, and we suggest that the humidity is around 46% around this area in this time, and this give a very good spray because if you spray in lower humidity, it will improve the evaporation of the pesticides, and if you use if you spray in higher humidity, there may be dews in the environment and you spray the pesticide, it may fasten the sedimentation of the pesticide and it may dilute the pesticide chemicals because the environment I have some dew. In the operation parameters, here these are parameters we call the height overlapping area. These are overlapping area, and if we fly the aircraft in a higher distance and the overlapping area, this part will be smaller. This area is smaller. We may miss spray. If we lower the height of the aircraft, the distance from the aircraft to the crowd is lower, like this. It may miss overlapping area. And if we fly the aircraft is higher place, the overlapping will be large and it may spray the area. So this page is about this page is about fly speed, and the fly speed affect the spring range, the droplet coverage, and the penetration and drift. For example, in this table you have the speed of the 3 meters per second until 7 meters per second, and you maybe improve the flight speed. The spray range will be large and the drift will be large. Also, the droplet coverage and penetration will be large. And to get the proper speed, we have to do a lot of testing. For example, MG1P, we suggest fly at 4 meters per second if we'll have a good sedimentation of the pesticides and have a good spraying range, have a good drift and penetration. And for TC16, we suggest use 5 meters per second for the speed. And also, it will have a better sedimentation of the pesticide, and the risk will be limited, and the spraying is successful. And the next part is the resistance prevention. The resistance prevention we know is the continued use one pesticide for the certain crop. If 1 year we use this one, and the second, third, 4 years we use this one for more than 3 or 4 years, and the resistance of the pesticides of the disease will be given a worse situation, like in this year, in 1 year. Uh, there is only individual resistance, and we keep using the pesticides for more than 3 or 4 years. There will be a resistant group. So we suggest that you use different pesticides for a specific uh, crop. The next is a working environment. We know when we spray the pesticide there is a kind of drift. Sometimes there is a strong wind and the drift will be obvious. So we suggest that we observe nearly other plants and we should prevent other plants from being sprayed. Also, we need protect nearby livestock, and we should observe nearby animal, like if there is any fish pond, tree pond, and carp fields, and also if there is any bees. Bee. We should avoid spray the pesticide to the nearby bees. What more? When we fly the aircraft to the crop, and we should notice if there is any human being inside the crop, if there is any other stronger standing in the crop or in the fruit trees. Some are farmers, some are stronger. We should talk to them to leave the crop and to leave the fruit tree first. Thank you. This is the end of the lesson. Thank you for the listening.